Barnes, Leslie, and Jimmy, Survivor Thailand on CBS. Rob got booted after that thrilling, the challenge. You were the man, then they sent you home. I mean, you won them this feast, and they sent you home. What does that say, Rob?
I don't know. It doesn't say a whole lot for appreciation in it.
No, you were the gamer.
Being starving, right?
I mean, you were the MVP of that competition.
A strong one.
Right on. I appreciate it, brother.
Dude, it says, I mean, come on. We can talk turkey here. It says you must have been one giant pain in their ass.
Well, what did we not see, Rob?
I mean, come on.
The funny thing is, actually, it was just a strategic move for him. I didn't really consider myself one giant pain in the ass. I mean, not bigger than you guys saw the 18 days that I was there.
Yeah.
It sucked to see you go because without you, that tribe is so boring now.
I agree. I think you were the only interesting. That and Aaron's breasts were the three interesting things on that tribe.
Right on.
Let's get to the beginning.
I don't mind being compared to a nice pair of breast assists.
No. I mean, how did you... seriously, I know that all the survivors, we've talked to, they always say, like, when you're on the island or in the desert or on the turret, whatever, like, sex is the last thing from your mind.
For sure.
But come on.
How? When you have those right there.
Aaron and Penny?
I know. Give me a break. The two finest ladies the three finest ladies in the whole show. Stephanie was pretty hot herself.
She was all right when she wasn't pouting.
Yeah, she wasn't pouting.
You didn't try to make your move on any of them?
You know what, man? Actually, it was the last thought that ever crossed my mind.
What about the
last thing that would ever cross your mind when you're starving and stinky would be anything intimate. Any intimate thought with a girl. It's kind of like your game's not very tight when you smell like poo, brother.
Well, if you would have taken that wool cap off your head, maybe you would have aired out a little bit and maybe had a little time to play.
It's like
that's stuff they didn't. I went swimming every day in the ocean, and if salt water can't make the stinky hair funk go away, nothing can.
We're talking to Rob from Survivor. There's a poll online now at CBS.com. Was Rob being selfish with the bananas? And 77% said yes,
I didn't
Rob.
think so. They had a lot of freaking bananas.
What do you think about? What do you think about that?
Just like I said, every time I ate a stupid banana, there was a camera in my face. And every time somebody else ate a banana, they were busy watching me eating my damn banana. So I knew they're going to make me out to be greedy. I wasn't a greedy person. Ken was the self-elected banana policeman out there, and he made it a point to make a big deal out of those darn bananas. I wasn't greedy with the bananas. If you guys would notice the challenge in which we won the bananas, I worked pretty hard for those bananas.
Right, but
I don't want to justify.
Right.
I didn't think I had to justify eating a banana in the middle of the day when I hadn't had one for 5 hours.
Well, don't you see, though, the logic in that when there's community food, everybody has to agree on how that food should be distributed? If it's a free-for-all...
Until you're hungry.
If it's
you can agree to
you can't have a free-for-all. There has to be some kind of law there, no?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it was never like I was eating many bananas at a time, and...
It was a banana. You wanted a banana.
But you bring up a good point.
It was a banana, for crying out loud.
You bring up a good point, though, and because we didn't know that other people took bananas, too. I mean, this is the first we're hearing about it, and we've talked about how, sometimes the shows are edited to tell a story, but really the whole story isn't being told. It's told to make a particular storyline look good. Were there any other things going on in that tribe that we didn't see?
Actually, yeah, Jed and Stephanie and myself. When Stephanie wasn't pouting, like you guys said, she didn't pout very often. Jed and Stephanie and I partook in a lot of fun entertainment, a lot of fun activities. Jed and I were throwing the frisbee around, going swimming a lot. I mean, I went in the ocean every day I was there.
Yeah, you got stung by that.
Days that I was there.
Yeah, you got stung by the sea urchin.
Yeah, no, it was actually a stingray.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I'm actually pretty sure.
All right.
And you let everyone know how much it hurt.
Yeah, it hurt a little bit, man. When you're hungry and it's hot and something runs in your heel and it bleeds, it's a little bit painful.
So you brought as your luxury item a skateboard.
Yes, I did, and I won't live it down.
And you realize
how'd that work out for you?
The funny thing, man, is I was never under the impression I'd use a stupid thing. It was more like
in the intro you did in Thailand, you got to skate through that one little village or whatever for like a second.
Yeah, that was somebody else's good idea actually, but I brought the skateboard to remind me of home more than anything, and it did just that. I mean, it reminds me of happier times, man. I grew up skating. I've skated my whole life. It's a major part of my life.
But you know, Rob, bringing that skateboard earns you a permanent chair as an X Games commentator for years to come.
That's true.
I'm stoked on that, man. I wouldn't mind.
You ever get the impression that Probst didn't like you?
You know, the funny thing is, actually, Jeff and I had a pretty good relationship.
Did you?
Yeah, I mean, when I wasn't making the cool comments and saying that's a fact check, he and I would actually, you know, we take shots at each other. I was the first competitor, man, and he knew it.
This is Rob from Survivor. Now, Rob, toward the end, you started softening on us a little bit. Your attitude changed. You were thinking about your dad. Was that just from the hunger? Or
no, not at all. Actually, I'm the kind of person where I adapt to my surroundings, and I find the positive. So there, for a while, I was kind of in defensive mode and kind of trying to keep the softer side of me quiet, because I think I would have been a little bit more vulnerable. And like I said, I was really competitive and cocky and everything else.
That's what the contrast was. You took such a quick trip to Pussville that it was such a contrast in your game face. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks, man.
No, but you were all game, and you're all like, I'm going to do this. Then you're like all of a sudden weeping like a little girl. And then it was such a big...
Maybe softening up is a better way to put it than Pussville.
Well, but it was so drastic.
It was pretty drastic. I'll tell you what. When you haven't had a chance to talk to everybody and kind of express what the experience is doing to you, when you have the opportunity and you really think about it, I can honestly tell you guys, I didn't play the game for anything more than an amazing opportunity and for, I guess, spiritual enlightenment.
I wish we could get you back on, because I'm going to miss having you on that show.
Now, Rob,
I've heard that a lot, actually. I appreciate that.
This just jumped out at me. I'm looking at your bio at CBS.com, and say your full name is Robert Zbacnik. Is that right?
Well, that's me.
Okay, Robert is
actually Zbacnik.
Zbacnik, okay.
Yeah.
Well, Robert is spelled R-O-B-E-R-T. Why is your name spelled R-O-B-B with two B's?
The extra B is for badness.
Yeah, the extra B is for the baddest man in this area of Arizona.
Well, for better or for worse,
I don't know, man. It's a long story.
For better or for worse, you are, I think, going to go down as one of the more interesting cast members in that show's history. I mean, we loved watching, and I think it sucked that you were gone. As annoying as I got watching you, I'm like, man, he's creating controversy and conflict, and that's what's good for the show. What are you going to, I mean, what is a guy like you, what do you want to do for your life? You know, you got it all ahead of you. You know,
I've modeled before and done some acting before, and I want to apply myself to every facet of entertainment. I was in a band. I sang in a band.
Really?
I play a little teeny bit of guitar. We'll just have to see. I just look forward to having a good time with it, and I guess fulfilling my dreams in entertainment. Just making people laugh and being a dork and getting paid for it.
Thanks. There's Rob from Survivor.